Hi guys, it's Dr. Parth Palan here and I have passed my DNB Ophthalmology from LV Prasad Eye Institute, Hyderabad. And we all know as DNB candidates, passing DNB examination is very difficult. But you don't need to worry now because I am here to give you 7 tricks on how to pass DNB theory examination. This video is not restricted to DNB Ophthalmology. I'll be giving you tricks on how to pass DNB theory in itself as a whole in all the subjects. So here it goes. Point number 1, source. In residency, we are bombarded with so much of reading material. One professor asks us to read one specific topic from one specific book, while the other professor says कि ये तो सिर्फ article से ही पढ़ना है. So by the end of 3 years, we have so much of reading material with us. How do we read? How do we pass the exam with so much of material? So the answer to this is decide your source very wisely. You take how much ever time you want. You read one topic from a book, from an article, from your case presentations or your PPTs, and then either you concise it in your notes or you decide one particular source from where you're going to read that particular topic. So one topic is only supposed to be read from one source in the end. This will help you avoid a lot of confusion on the last day of your examination. Point number 2, question bank. By this time, I hope you all know that DNB does repeat a lot of topics from the previous year question papers. So what you have to do, you have to take this advantage and pull out all the question papers of the last 10 years from their NBE website and make sure you read and write and prepare for each and every question from the last 10 years. And trust me, take this in writing. If you're prepared for each and every question from the last 10 years, you are going to pass DNB theory very easily. Point number 3, time management. So there are going to be 4 papers. Each paper is going to have 10 questions and each paper is going to be of 180 minutes. So for each and every question, you only have 18 minutes. 5 pages and only 18 minutes. And the best part is that in your examination hall, neither is there going to be a clock nor you are going to be allowed watches. So what is going to be there on your screen is not the time that is going to be displayed, that is 1:30 p.m. No. There is going to be a countdown. So when you start your paper, there's going to be 180 minutes on your screen and it's going to have a countdown. So it becomes really difficult to calculate. Like say for example, when you look at the screen, it's going to be 133 minutes left. I have 133 minutes left and I have 7 questions to answer. So it's very difficult to calculate in your mind that how much time is left and how many questions are left. So a basic rule is that one question you have to solve in 15 minutes. So one of my seniors had told me to by heart the 15 ka multiplication table and go for the exam. But obviously that was a joke. But yeah, you need to be prepared that one question is supposed to be solved in only 15 minutes. And 3 minutes from each question you have to keep spare so that 10 3s are 30 minutes you get in the end for a one question. Because out of 10 questions, there's always going to be one question which you are not going to know, of course. So for that you need those spare 30 minutes and also to revise and lines draw karna hai and diagrams and all. Point number 4, recent advances. Your last paper, that is your paper 4, is going to comprise of 10 questions only on recent advances. So how do you prepare for it? Last 3 months of preparation, you have to make sure that you really read a lot of latest news in your field and you get to know a lot of new things which are happening in your field. So what you need to do is that once you know, you have to collect information. You have to collect your source from where you're going to read that topic, and at least 2 pages worth of information on each and every recent advance has to be there in your separate notebook. So please make sure you don't lose out on any of the recent advances. Point number 5, practice writing. So in many of the DNB institutes, we are not usually used to handwritten prescriptions because many of the DNB institutes have electronic medical records. So what tends to happen is that we really tend to forget the practice of writing so many long answers. Like literally the last time I wrote was in MBBS. So at least 2 mock tests are a must before going for a DNB theory examination, because as you know, 15 minutes for one question. You have to really be fast in writing. Point number 6, be to the point. For each and every question, there are only 5 pages that you have. And it's just for saying that there are 10 questions, but there are not 10 questions in that paper. There are going to be many questions which you have to answer, because each and every question has 2 to 3 minimum of sub questions. Like they'll be asking you in one subtype what are the pathophysiology, what are the clinical symptom, and then again for C they'll be putting all together another topic, and then they'll be telling uska pathophysiology likho. So what you have to do is, if they have asked you signs and symptoms of a particular disease, do not waste your time and the space of the question paper in writing and explaining the pathophysiology. Just write the signs and symptoms and that's it. Don't waste your time. Point number 7, and the most important point of all, have a flowchart or a diagram ready for each and every question. So whenever you are reading questions from that particular source, make sure that you make another notebook in which each topic is associated with a flowchart or a diagram. And whenever that question comes in the exam, you have to make sure you answer that in a flowchart or a diagram. Because like for any theory exam, the examiners don't have the time to read whatever such big paragraphs of yours. They only see the flowchart, they only see the diagram, and they see that yeah, itna to aata hai to pass hai. And now for the bonus trick, that is trick number 8. Please guys, don't keep anything for the end. So there are going to be 4 papers, 4 days, everything is going to be back to back. And most of the times, these exams are scheduled in the afternoon. So you don't know when you're going to leave from your exam hall, how much traffic is going to be there, what time you're going to reach your home, and what time you're going to get to study, and how much time you're going to get to study. You are going to be mentally exhausted. Like literally after your paper 3, you are going to be so mentally exhausted, you are just going to sleep before your paper 4. That's it. You won't be able to study. It's not possible. So guys, please don't keep anything, any new topic for the end. You come home, relax, have your dinner, and revise a few most important frequently asked questions. That's it. Have a good sleep. And again in the morning what you do is again revise a few very important topics, and that's it. Be calm and composed, and please sleep well, because these 4 days, trust me, are going to be the most memorable days of your life. You are going to be so exhausted by paper 4 that it's just going to be too much for you all. In the end, yes, we all know that passing is difficult in DNB, but definitely not impossible. And I know that you all are going to pass with flying colors. So yes, if you have any further doubts related to anything in DNB, please feel free to connect with me on Instagram. My ID is displayed below. It's palanparth03. Please feel free to connect with me anytime. And do share this video with all your juniors and your seniors who are going to appear for DNB theory examination. So yes, all the very best guys. Kill it.